I want to take some time and go over the oil and gas investment that has been a very popular strategy for us. For me, I've had a lot of discussions on it. It's bringing up a lot of interesting conversations, and I thought making a video would be easier on me and others, and anyone else out there that would want to see some of the information on this strategy could see it here, and maybe someone out there is interested in investing in it and using it, happy to help and discuss. So a lot of good stuff with this investment. This video has a lot of good information. So make sure we listen to it all. I want to talk about some of the risk factors, some of the tax strategy. I want to talk about the investment profile and what the sponsor does. Before I get into all that, as we know, this is not investment advice. There are risks and substantial risks involved with oil and gas and the investments that go into making these products work. So don't take this lightly. Do your due diligence and talk to your advisor. And we'll keep it with that. So this projection also is underwritten at $70 a barrel. $70 a barrel WTI is a pretty good environment. Right now, we're at 78 or 80, somewhere in there. When Russia invaded Ukraine, I think oil shot up to 120 or 115. During COVID, the front month contract actually went negative. But a baseline expectation is that oil may be somewhere around 70 over 10 years. And as a result, this projection is a $70 a barrel projection. Okay, so let me start with what the investment profile assumes. This is mounted at a $100 investment. Now, one of the interesting things about this investment is that as an RIA, the RIA does not take commissions. And so if you have a subscription document, or I guess an investment of $100,000, you only have to invest $93,000. And so here I put negative 93 to try to calculate the return. So if you do have a $100,000 investment, you're actually going to invest more, grossed up by 7%. Or if you just want to invest 93, you get a $100,000 investment. Okay. So I'll keep some of these numbers quick and brief, but over the next 4 years, you should get all your principal back. So in this example, it's $102,000 over 4 years. Your investment, depending on how you look at it, is either $100,000 or $93,000. Over the first 4, you're going to get back in distributions $102,000. Somewhere, this is an estimate, somewhere around 100% of your capital back between 3.5 and 4 years. Okay. The rest of the fund can be another 1x. So you put in 93 or 100, whatever we're going to use in this example. You should get back that over the next 5 or 6 years. Okay. The front year and 2 is the highest returning year. It should be, because an oil well has the most oil to be pumped in mine. It's the easiest. It's the most available. As you can expect, it's a depleting asset. And so the first year, you're going to get back the most of your investment. Okay. So in this estimate, and again, this is all estimates, we've invested 30% in year 1, 28 in year 2. So this becomes a very highly liquid asset where you put your money in, but it's not tied up, even though it is a 10-year fund. You're getting your distributions back very quickly. Okay. Now, at the end of the video, I could talk more about tax, and this is the most important part of the strategy. So we'll come back to that, which makes your cash return even faster. Okay. So along the way, as you can see over here, somewhere around 15% of this income is considered tax-free. And that's because you have depreciation and you have other intellectual drilling rights and IDCs, they call them, in the oil field. So, 15%. So of this, only about 85% is taxable to you. So in year 1, 30% is a distribution. Again, it's an estimate. 85% is 25. You receive $30,000 of a distribution. 25.5 is taxable to you, meaning you get I guess it's right down here, 4,500 tax free. Okay. So every single year, you're going to get some tax free income. Now, the interesting part about why this is can become so much bigger and better than just an investment is because the income, although is 85% taxable, is considered passive income. Okay, so what that means is the income can be offset by passive losses. And why is that important? People love real estate because it's passive income. Okay, well, passive income means a lot of different things to a lot of people. A lot of people just think of passive income. If you Google passive income, you can see dividend income, you see interest. Some of that stuff is considered passive because you're not working for it. But in the IRS tax code, you're actually allowed to generate passive income and net against one another. Passive income, net against passive losses. You cannot do that with dividend income and interest. So although some people talk about passive income, there's actually a part of the tax code where real estate is and oil and gas. That means that this passive income can be offset by passive losses. And it's a whole other strategy and something else that is $1 million idea, but we can get into that in another video or another time. Okay, but I wanted to highlight that the income is taxable, but it's passive, and you can offset it with a lot of tax strategies. Okay, so what else? Okay, let's go back to the beginning investment. So the interesting reason why an oil and gas investment is interesting is because year one, I'm shooting this video on June 22nd of 2024. Okay. Let's use this year as an example of year 2024. If I invest in this asset and I put $93,000 in, my subscription document's $100,000, I get somewhere around 90% of a year one deduction against my income. Okay, I'm going to repeat this and I'm going to continue to talk about this. If you put $100,000 into the fund, you can reduce your taxes and your active income. So I guess active income and taxes are different. You can reduce your income by 90% of your investment. Now, this is an estimate, but it's been the case for almost every single year. It is an estimate, and I'll leave that be for now. But let's say you make $400,000 and you're paying 30-some% on that high income. You put $100,000 in the oil and gas fund, you now reduce your income somewhere to $300,000. You get around all of the Social Security tax, the extra investment income over $250,000, the extra 3%. You get all of that income down. It is an amazing strategy. Okay, so the other parts of this that are interesting is you can get QBI deduction as well because it's considered a partnership. You get QBI investment income deductions. And if you're a sole proprietor and you have to pay double employment income, well, this also reduces your income that you would be paying employment income on. So there's a huge side of this that I want to continue to pound on, where it is a tax strategy and an investment strategy, but it's one where you're actually making a strong investment. You're not like donating your money and never seeing it again. The IRR on this investment is somewhere around 15 to 25%, given the oil prices, and if you include the tax write-off year one. Okay, so what I mean by that is, in the example that I gave before, if you had a $400,000 income, you put $100 in, and now round numbers, you're getting taxed on $300. Okay, well, you're not paying tax on $100,000, and if you have a tax rate of somewhere around 30%, you just saved yourself $30,000 in taxes. This isn't really a deferral strategy. It's pretty much an elimination. And if you include that $30,000, you get your money back in around 2.5 years. Again, it's an estimate. And your IRR jumps way higher because of how the IRR function works. And I actually made a video on that. If you can go back and find that video just a couple days ago. The IRR is really beneficial to getting money back sooner than later. So you're putting 100 in, you're getting back all 100 in some form, 2.5 to 3 years with the tax deduction if you're in the right tax bracket. Again, all estimates, not a guarantee. happy to discuss. So I'll leave it there. This has probably gone on a little longer than most want, but the video should be a well-rounded overview with a strong tax strategy, good investments, and you have the secondary issue of or benefit of the passive income. So happy to discuss. Hope you enjoy. I'll talk to you soon.